Ready to go now. First semi-final in the Northern Football League in Division 3. It is Watsonia taking on Epping, not too far away from the first bounce, guys. Players are in position. It looks like it's going to be Epping kicking to the club room end of the ground. It's going to be Watsonia to the northern end. Guys, just about ready to go. A quick tip from both of you, please.
Oh, I'm just going Epping. I love their spine. I think you look at guys like McMahon, Wood, Staveley, Moore, Chilcott, and then their on-ballers in Judd and Hughes. I just think that key component to their team is what's going to get them over the line today.
I'm going the other way. I think Matty Crompton and Matty Crawford have had big years, and I love the Bennett brothers up the front. I think it might be a Watsonia win today, but we'll wait and see what happens. So we're just about ready to go now. Umpire holding the ball aloft after the long delay. It is Watsonia versus Epping, first semi-final in Division 3 here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds, and it is one down by Matty Crawford at the start. Mitch Henwood going in hard. Also, Matty Crompton got slung by the head too high. It will be a Crompton free kick. The skipper's got it in the middle of the ground, and he goes lateral straight away. Finds Weissenfeld on the left wing. He goes further afield to his man in Haber, who plays on straight away, kicks it up towards the top of the goal square. Bennett is underneath it. Great spoil out the back. That was Robertson coming in late there and just hammering it over the boundary. Danny Frawley would be happy with that. Might be a contender for Golden Fist of the Week.
Robertson coming in late to that contest and into the team as well. He was a late change. Daniel Moore, the captain, the big out for Epping this afternoon. Robertson coming in as his replacement. So it's going to be they're going to be a little bit depleted, Epping, as the ball's thrown back inside here. We've forward 50 around the corner. Mitchell has the first shot at goal, but it's just gone across the face for one behind. Watsonia with the first score of the day. They lead 1-0. We've got a minute in the first term.
So 1-0. The Saners on the board first. And Shane Wood just waiting for the ball to be retrieved from behind the goals. He's just about to get it now. Lovely kick from the young man behind the goals to get it back to Wood. And Wood now in his defensive goal square looking for players to spread from the 50 zone. He's got a man in the pocket, McMahon. He decides to just roost it straight up the middle in the direction of the ruckman. Crawford brought it to ground. Hughes is the first one to pick it up here for Epping, and he tumbles one through the air up towards half forward. Good strong mark taken. Handball back to Hughes. He got it from his teammate there in Tinsley. Kick up to a 2-on-2 contest. Nice work there by Kiernan to feed it to Tinsley in a little bit of space. Kicks towards goal. Nice work there. That is the first goal of the first semi-final, and it's Robert Tinsley.
Well, I think the coaching staff would be really happy with that. First, his lead out as centre-half forward, really strong mark overhead, but also the follow-up work as well, to not just take the mark, to lead up and get the handball receive eventually, put the ball through. There was two teammates in the goal square, both generous enough to let that one go through, but Tinsley with the first goal. Epping, 1 goal straight 6. Watsonia 1 point. We've gone 2 minutes here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds.
Quick inside 50 as well, and they made their most of their opportunity as Tinsley scores the first for Epping. From the restart, it's going to be Staveley, who taps someone at the back to Buchan, bursting through the middle of Whittlesea Showgrounds, goes inside 50 again. Chilcott made the lead out. It spills to Kiernan. Kiernan around the body, kicks towards goal. Epping have 2 in a minute. Kiernan, that's his 17th goal in the last 5 weeks. He's been in great goal-scoring form, and Epping move out to 2 straight goals to Watsonia, just the one behind, 2.5 gone.
Been a masterstroke throwing Kiernan forward. He's really gone forward since Moore's gone out of the side. We know Moore's kicked 10 in his 2 games against Watsonia this year, both low-scoring games where they kicked, well, they've won with goals of 8 and 7 tallies. So Moore's gone out, Kiernan's gone forward, and he's been a real threat each time. A great start here for Epping. 2 inside 50s, 2 goals.
1 plays 12. Watsonia a little bit shell-shocked here in the early stages here in the first quarter. Joel Carter winning the tap down. Henwood at the bottom of the pack. They've missed him when he has not been available on occasions this year, but he's back in the side now for finals footy. But a free kick has been plucked out of here. Weissenfeld to take it away here for Watsonia. Nice work, gets it out wide to Williams. Handball to Crawford, who kicks it up towards half forward. Bennett met it, wasn't able to take it cleanly. Now at ground level, working hard is Groves. Feeds a handball back, trying to find Jordan Brown. Couldn't quite. He found the boundary. It will be thrown in on the outer side.
So at right half forward here for Watsonia, where the 50 meets the line. Waiting for the umpire to throw it in on the outer side. Carter doing the ruck work for Epping. Taps someone at the back. Henwood almost had hands to it, but the handball comes out here for Watsonia. Weissenfeld shrugs off Hughes with a big arm as Staveley comes through and regathers here for Epping, but his handball was a bit short. Hughes picks it up off the ground and they get it away up towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by Tinsley on the outer side of the ground. Southern wing wheels around up towards centre half forward, but that's a nice intercept mark taken there At centre half back by the Watsonia man, and he comes out the near side looking for Larkin, who took it, dropped it, whistle did go, but I think it was a bit premature. Umpire calls play on. Epping here on half forward through Keenan. Goes one way, then the other. A bit of a wobbly old kick up towards centre half forward. They all fly. Ball off hands. Brown comes away with it here for Watsonia. He's been one of their best this season. Crompton just soccers it off the ground. Says Williams to go fetch for it on half forward, but it's Dunmore doing very well for Epping, trying to keep it in play. Williams does so again for Watsonia, and that one's gone out of play, left half forward.
So it's Graham Hines with the big job on Chris Chilcott at full-back, but also interesting that Matt Crawford already was just filling the hole there for Watsonia, just getting back, recognising that his side's down early, just trying to stem the flow.
And there he goes, getting up there again. Crawford wanted to ground low, eventually pushed out of the pack a little bit further afield, and a good mark taken there at between wing and half forward. And now a free kick it actually was. A little bit confused there. It is going to be in the hands of Hayden Mitchell, who has it just defensive side of centre wing, outer side. He goes with a right foot kick up towards half forward. Bennett flew, almost reeled it in, and then second grabber. No, it couldn't quite at ground level. Charging through was Robertson there for Epping, laying a big tackle. He's bringing plenty of aggression to the contest here, Robertson, and a little bit too much for the umpire's liking. It's going to be a Watsonia ball. Jack Larkin with the footy.
Bennett going for the high fly. How many times have they said that over the years?
Larkin about 55 metres out, chips it in short. Finds a teammate in the pocket. Latrosse, I think, with the footy. Possibly right on his range. Maybe a little bit too far out to score. He's looking to pass it off. He's got a man in short. That is Haber. He decides to not use him on the first attempt, but does go even shorter on the second attempt. And he's found a little stop mark. Nice work. A little bit closer to goal. It's going to be 35 metres out. Slide angle this kick will be taken from. So Watsonia with a chance to put through their first goal of the afternoon.
It's a free kick in the goal square, so they're going to advance right to the line here. It looks like it's going to be a free kick to none other than Andy Bennett. We know that he's always in the face of the opposition, Andy Bennett, and he'll line up now from point-blank range. Surely here, Watsonia get their first goal.
You would think so. Here he comes, Andy Bennett, to make it 7 plays, 12, and he makes no mistake. Watsonia bite back.
So it's Watsonia, 1 goal, 1-7. Epping, 2 goals straight, 12. So it's the Blues with a 5-point advantage, 6.5 gone first term here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Of course, there is no tomorrow for the loser, the winner to advance through to next week's preliminary final. Will they take on South Morang? The winner of that to play Reservoir in the 2015 Grand Final. Positive start here for both sides. Both previous encounters have been dour affairs with few goals, but we've had 3 in the opening 6.5 minutes here.
So 1-1 plays 2 straight. Ball thrown back up in the middle. Carter taps that one down and gets his own clearance as well. Just got a handball away to Buchan. It's taken down. I should have said followed up his own ruck work, not a clearance. The ball stays inside the centre square, but we have a second stoppage. Just forward of the circles. Carter goes up again, rising highest over the top. Tapped that one to the feet of Janover, couldn't gather. Coming through Brown, did very nicely there for Watsonia. He handballs on the outside to Bennett, the goal kicker. Running on the outer wing, kicks up towards right half forward. It was a bit of a heavy kick though. McMahon sees that one over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in 55 out from Watsonia's goal.
All year, Watsonia's looked to really change up their forward line, not make themselves too one-dimensional. Bennett kicks the goal, goes straight into the middle as well. They like that unpredictability up forward. They've got options with Groves and obviously Jeremy Bennett there as well, but like the fact that they're not looking to just keep things simple. They're trying to really get in their opposition's mind.
8 minutes gone, first quarter. Ruck tap, one down to Weissenfeld, who swings one in towards full forward. Watsonia player couldn't take it cleanly. Shane Wood could, and he runs out of defence. Wobbles one to Joel Carter. It just bounces end on end and eventually finds him, and he releases his teammate there, who kicks it long in towards full forward. Couldn't quite pick up who delivered that ball into full forward. Now one coming out of defence from Corey Bennett. Nice work here by Watsonia. Jared Allen with the ball on the wing. He gets it up towards half forward. Hayden Mitchell, he's been busy early. He turns and goes straight away, kicks it long into the goal square, and Jeremy Bennett's out the back, and he's kicked the second for Watsonia.
So the 2 Bennetts on the board early for the Saints. They've responded after Epping kicked the opening 2 goals of this game. It's Watsonia, 2 goals, 1-13. Epping, 2 goals straight, 12. It was Shannon Carney who kicked that ball inside 50 for Epping. They looked like they were away, but the kick just oversold his teammate a fraction in Watsonia. That was a nice coast-to-coast play. Once they took control, they didn't give the football back up, and both Bennetts on the board now. The Saints leading by 1 point. First time today they've been in front.
Watsonia always looking to use the wings as they go inside forward 50. They've got most of their inside 50 entries from the outside. As the ball to be thrown back up here in the middle. 2-1 plays 2 straight. Watsonia leading by 1. We've gone 9 minutes here in the first term from the middle. Crawford taps that one at the back of his head for Watsonia, but Hughes is onto it here for Epping. They might get a clearance here in a quick run through Staveley, who backtracks through the corridor again, avoids all the traffic, and then swings one towards centre half forward. Out on the lead, Keenan takes a sliding mark on his knees. He's got a few options running into the pocket. He's just on 50. Handballs to Dunmore on the outside. He loads up with a wobbler that'll go to the goal square.
Tinsley.
Big mark in the goal square. Tinsley takes it over the top. And he can go back and try and kick his second.
Haven't seen a lot of Robert Tinsley, but he's proving to be a fair threat to Watsonia defence early.
Well, already taken 2 towering marks. Obviously kicked the goal as well on the run, and that was a tough one. The mark, it was the inside-out torpedo, wasn't it, from Dunmore? Went to load up, hit it on the instep, but Tinsley read it perfectly, and now from point-blank range, he makes no mistake, and this one is fast, turning into a shootout. It is Epping, 3 goals straight, 18. Watsonia, 2 goals, 1-13. We've just gone 10 minutes. Of course, a delayed start here, unfortunately, for an injury in the reserves game, but that start, or that delay to the game, hasn't really affected both sides. They've both been right on their game here, with Epping leading by 5 points in what's been an entertaining start.
5 straight goals in a row.
There's some great outside run from both sides. And, plenty of footy played in the 2 forward 50s. Now back in the middle, and it is Crawford who taps it down at ground level. Weissenfeld got one in the head, so he's going to take the free kick, just defensive side of the centre circle. Decides to go out wide towards Williams, who couldn't take it straight away. He tried to get it on the bounce. Now Hayden Mitchell going in really hard, wrapped up straight away. Will be a stoppage right in front of the scoreboard outside.
So right front corner of the square, favouring Whittlesea's half of the ground, their forward half. Pardon me, Watsonia's forward half of the ground here at Whittlesea Showgrounds. As the ball thrown up, Allen out the back, but the whistle's gone for a hold. Holding off the ball, so it's going to be an Epping free kick. Across left half back here, just underneath the scoreboard, southern wing. As we wait for the ball to come back from the defensive 50.
Middleton,
a young gun here in the Epping team, debuted at 16. Made that one a bit short for Carney, who picks it up off his laces, and Middleton gets it again and then wobbles another old kick up towards centre half back, but Hughes is clean enough to gather, and he can release Robertson on the near side if he can pick it up cleanly. It'll bounce up for Robertson, and he goes for a dash through the corridor. A wobbly old kick on the left boot, goes inside forward 50. Hines is there, first meeting it. There for Watsonia, off to Allen, now Haber, off half back, and that's a wayward kick to the outer side. That one's gone out of bounds on the full.
Love that attack on the ball there from Hines. He got caught behind, but he did his best to just take back front spot, and then from there he was able to penetrate the defensive 50.
It's going to be called back here. Hughes took his kick, and
is it?
I think it is. Yeah, the umpire's making his way back into Epping's forward 50, and so I think it was for a bit of a mark encroachment there from the Watsonia player, and they're within scoring distance here. Epping going to be brought back to about 30 metres out for this kick. It's on the outer side in the arms of Dunmore. At left half forward, he's going to fancy himself from this range and this angle. Right foot kick goes long towards goal. It's going to go across the face. They need a mark here, Epping. Hands go up. That. He's taken it. Kiernan, second bite. No, the umpire hasn't called it. Gone to ground just on the boundary line. Umpire calls for a ball up. There must have been a finger on the way through.
Maybe Chilcott had his hands on it first.
He may have. There wasn't much of a real dispute afterwards from the Epping players, but it did look like Kiernan did get the first touch there as Chilcott goes for the tap. Allen at ground level couldn't take it cleanly. He might get it second time around. Now a short kick outside looking for Turco. Picked it up well off the deck, and he was away. Right foot kick up towards centre wing. Andy Bennett's the target. Big spoil came from David Little. Ball at ground level. Lee Judd was really clean. Centred it up to Josh Staveley by hand, who then handballed to Hughes. Had to paddle out in front. Ball in dispute now. It's a hard one to win. Blues players, though, streaming through. A chance for Staveley. Handball to Civarella. He's got numbers on his outside. One Shane Wood standing on 50. Won't get a big run up at this one. Goes on the left from 50. Centering ball. Dunmore can't quite get it at ground level. Hines was in there. Flying shot on goal is not going to have the carry. And Jared Allen marks on the last line of defence.
Allen left back pocket decides to switch it to his ruckman in Crawford.
I was just going to say the leads coming out from Epping in the goal square were a bit slow when Wood sent that one inside 50.
Crawford loping away off half back and then kicking long to no one in particular. Good mark taken there by David Little at half back. He's got a couple of players here on the near side. If he sees them, Shane Wood was calling for it. Didn't go for that one. He decided to short it to Janev. Janev still has Benny Power and Tommy Hughes in a bit of space over here. Power's the one who takes the mark.
Is there a neater looking footballer than Christian Janev? He's tucked in, always socks up. He's the neatest looking footballer you've seen.
He's old fashioned, I love it.
And a lovely little piece of delivery there from Benny Power. Laces out his man at half forward and getting busy early. Kevin Kiernan, he's already got one. He's lining up for a second.
Both sides have looked so dangerous going inside, attacking 50. It's just been the fact that Epping's had more ball inside, which is why they have a 5-point lead, which could go to 11 if Kiernan can convert here. But really, the amount of times have gone in, both sides are really threatening. Is that, not sure what happened there, that was a grubber and a half as Jared Allen picks the ball up only 15 metres away from where it was originally kicked, high up and under ball though, and Epping with all the numbers, a mark taken here by Bennett.
Bennett hugs the boundary line with that kick, but it was a poor one, being turned over to Williams.
Andrew Kidd.
A few Bennetts out there today, isn't there?
There is. Andrew Kidd on left half back, sends that one back up the wing. There's only one man underneath it for Watsonia. Has to do well. The fist come in there and Allen gets the retrieval up towards left half forward. It's going to be kept in here by Bennett, who hugs the boundary line with his run. Left foot kick centering to the goal square. Mitchell's there. He must gather. It stops in the dust. He kicks towards goal. Easy as you like. Hayden Mitchell gets another one here for Watsonia.
So against the grain of play, Watsonia takes back the lead. 3 goals, 1-19. Epping 3 straight 18. I think the one thing that Epping has to do is really man up on Jared Allen. He's had a ton of the ball already. Such a good user. That time there, just put Bennett in the clear, hemmed up on the boundary line, and Bennett, just so smart, looked in board, didn't blaze away, and Hayden Mitchell had streamed 3 on the overlap, and he puts Watsonia back in front. 3-1-19. Epping 3 goals straight 18.
You can't let him go by himself, Jared Allen. He's one of the most, if probably the most tenacious player in Division 3. You can't let him run around by himself because he'll lay tackles all day.
Yeah, he really gives it a crack, Jared Allen. We love his work. Now the score, Watsonia 3-1-19, Epping 3 straight 18. 1 point ball game here, halfway through the first quarter. And Ruckman go at it, ball 1 down to Henwood. Civarella coming through, also going in hard there. Larkin and Crawford, Power, got a hand on it. Coughed it up straight back to Crompton. He gave it over the top to his man in Haber. Haber along towards the goal square, coming out on the lead and clunking it. That's a nice grab there, taken by the Watsonia man at half forward. It is Kidd, and he's going to line up for a shot. That was a really nice lead up to the footy, and got his hands out there, outstretched, and reeled it in. So in he comes now from about 40 metres out. He puts his boot through the ball and bends it back beautifully.
Beauty.
Lovely work there by Andrew Kidd. They've got 2 in a row here, Watts.
I can't think of a time where Watsonia has gone inside 50 and hasn't scored here. They've been so efficient, and their last 2 entries again have led to goals. 2 in a minute, as Tom said, and Andrew Kidd, a lovely exponent of the said shot. Watsonia 4 goals, 1-25. Epping 3 goals straight 18. We've gone 16 and a half minutes. First term here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds.
8 inside 50s to Watsonia to 10 for Epping. It's been an end-to-end game so far in the first 16 minutes of the first term here at Whittlesea Showgrounds, semi-final number 1 in Division 3. Handball from Compton goes at the back to Weissenfeld. Hooks that kick up towards left half forward. There's a one-on-one race here with Mitchell and Wood. Wood got it, and handball's inboard to Kivarella, who goes off to Bennett, spins his way out of trouble and goes back to Hughes. Hughes goes up the wing to Power. There's numbers in support here for Epping. That kick goes up the line to Buchan, who couldn't take it. Ball hits the ground. He goes again, Buchan, but he's taken over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Strong tackle there by Sutherland, and the ball now at half forward. Epping looking for a response here. They did control the play for 5 minutes, couldn't convert, and Watsonia has really got on top in the past 3 or 4 minutes.
The rucks to go at it once more. Crawford and Carter, a couple of the premier ruckmen here in the Division 3 competition. Hughes belted it into a little bit of space. Cugnetto overran it. He's got the Eddie Bet shorts on today, Cugnetto. And the ball rolled out of bounds in front of he at right half forward here for the Pingers. Ball to be thrown in by the boundary umpire. It will be those two once again. Carter going up against the man in Crawford. Stavely came third man up. Haber did really nicely to release his man there in Sutherland. He goes long up towards half forward. Groves might have been knocked out of the contest by Wood. Umpire said no.
That's holding the ball.
It is holding the ball. It's going to be a Watsonia ball. It's going to be Andy Bennett's footy. And the umpire says no, that's not 50. Shane Wood just being a little bit sneaky, holding them up. Nice work by Andy Bennett to get it on quickly after he got it back. And Kidd, here he is again, doing the exact same thing he was a minute ago, meeting the ball with the Dukes lace out.
Well, I mentioned about 5 minutes ago that Epping had to tighten up on Jared Allen, but Andrew Bennett's the other one. He's already kicked the goal. He's set up another for Hayden Mitchell, and that time there, a sensational tackle, then a great spot up for Kidd, who now lines up for his second.
So he bent it back last time. This time he just hangs it out wide. Is it going to even score? Yes, just gets inside the right behind post, one behind.
So takes their lead to 8 points, 4-2-26 Watsonia. Epping just the 3 straight goals. As the ball comes from back over the fence, goals to Andy Bennett, Hayden Mitchell, Jeremy Bennett and Andrew Kidd so far for Watsonia, 2 for Tinsley, and 1 for Kevin Kiernan for Epping to start off this game.
Lively start, hasn't it been? Both sides, free-flowing footy, end-to-end stuff. Great to watch here in the first semi-final here in the Divi 3 comp.
Has been very good. 19 minutes gone. Wood takes that kick out to the near side. Buchan went highest, couldn't take it down. They'll go back inside here. Bennett has a shot at goal for Watsonia.
Don't give him a half chance.
Put through his second. It was a poor turnover from Epping, and Watsonia moved to 5-2-32. Epping 3 straight kicks. 19 and a half gone. That was a poor turnover.
Yep. He's having a quarter and a bit, isn't he, Andy Bennett? 2 goals already. He had a direct assist for Hayden Mitchell's goal, and of course he just set up moments ago an opportunity for Kidd, who couldn't convert. But Watsonia, after trailing early in the last 10 minutes, have kicked the only 3 goals of the game. They've opened up a match-high lead now of 14 points, 5-2-32. Epping 3 straight 18 as we approach time on in the first term.
Crawford and Carter to go at it again. And it is Carter this time who just slaps it forward into a little bit of space. Weissenfeld first one to get there. He tries to kick it around the corner. Good punch there from Staveley to set Cognetto into a bit of space. Needs to try and pick it up now, but tackled straight away by a couple of Watsonia players. So it will be thrown up at half forward here for Epping. And the Rucks to go at it once more. It's Crawford who taps it down to Andy Bennett, being pursued there by Aquilina. Now after it is Dunmore and Bennett again. But the boundary will beat all of them to the footy. 5-2-32 Watsonia plays Epping 3 straight 18. 20 and a half minutes gone first quarter.
So about 70 out from the Epping goal. Left half forward, far side of the ground, ball thrown in. Crawford taps that one down, but it's all Epping players at the end of that one. Dunmore has it. Kicks lateral to the middle of the ground. Wood had a hand to it. Got it on the second bite. Gets a nice little shepherd there from Little, and Wood goes up the middle to find Hughes.
He's a smart player, Wood.
He had runners on the outside, Hughes, but goes back on his mark and now takes the kick inside forward 50. Front position there was Crawford. Couldn't take it. They got a chance here, Epping. They're still alive. Tinsley's there. So is Kiernan. Snap off the ground, a high one. That's going to float out to the pocket. It might just stay in the field of play. It does. And a good mark taken at ground level. No, umpire doesn't say. Hines taken over. And that one's going to be a boundary throw.
Yeah, just grasped it, second attempt.
Just spilled out as he hit the deck there. And I think a sigh of relief there for Crawford as well, who dropped the earlier attempt.
So once again, deep inside the Epping forward half. And getting up nice and high. Well, it was Staveley coming third man up. Tapped it out to Cognetto, who tried to duck underneath the tackle but lost the ball in the process. Ball rolls over the boundary line in front of he and Perishon.
Right, just looking for around the ground scores. Of course, no games here in the AFL. The big news brewing, Nath Fife reported in the Freo versus North game. But I digress. As we back here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds here, Tinsley slaps to the front of the pack. Big tackle laid on Allen there by Tommy Hughes. And the ball's going nowhere. Still locked up inside. Epping's attacking 50, kicking to the clubroom end.
Hanbury and Prittis getting excited.
Ball thrown up.
Big bump too, according to Twitter.
Pasker gets it out to Allen, who clears defensive 50 up to the near side. Good mark taken here by Carter for Epping, enforcing the turnover. Carter's going to load this one up and pump it long inside forward 50. Plenty of numbers gather on 30 out. He goes right to that direction. They all fly up. No one brings it down. Pass gets a little handball away. And again, they clear through Sutherland, whose clearing kick was... didn't really know where he was going, but Larkin got underneath it and took the mark. He goes across centre half back and finds a man on the outer side, on the back corner of the square, on the left boot. They load that one up the line. There's a few players running out there on the outer side. One of them is Williams there for Watsonia. He's got Robertson holding him, and there's going to be a free kick to Williams. So Watsonia have it right half forward, about 60 out from goal. There's a few short options in the pocket. Williams loads up to the goal square. That's been the best place to go this afternoon for Watsonia, but not this time because Wood gets back and takes the mark for Epping.
Yeah, read it nicely there, Shane Wood. Now he runs out of defence, bouncing his way out of half-back. Handball to a teammate there, Ian Robertson, who lays a shepherd for him and gives it back to him here, Wood. But that was a shocking kick, not his best one. Normally such a composed user of the footy, Shane Wood, but he's coughed it up straight to Jack Larkin. He's got a man over the top. Will he find him? Yes, well-weighted kick. Nice work there, and he has found your teammate over the top. I think that might be Hayden Mitchell, who has taken the mark there at left half forward. About 55 metres out he'll be kicking from if he does attempt the shot on goal. He's got Corey Bennett curling around the back. I don't think he'll use him. He just chips over the top once again, but nice work there by Robertson. He's got that one away from Jeremy Bennett, but the kick was poor out on the full, so Watsonia will get another chance.
Might have been Little who got across there to enforce that spoil, but his kick out on the full, and Mitchell is dangerous as he's going to actually short one here, and the Epping defence just a bit slack there and getting back, and this looks like it's Jeremy Bennett who's marked. He's a left footer, and the left footers generally like to draw the ball away left to right. So this might well suit him. He is only 35 metres out, but he is tied up on the boundary line here. This, if it does go through, makes it a 20-point ball game as we approach quarter time.
Well, if Watsonia wanted to take shots from here, this is probably the man that they want to be taking them. Jeremy Bennett, he's a beautiful left foot kick. Is he bending that one back enough?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that is a beauty. He's a star, Jeremy Bennett, and he's got his second of the afternoon. He's looking ominous.
So Bennett's kick 2, that's Andy Bennett's kick 2 as well, and we've also got singles to Hayden Mitchell and Andrew Kidd. So that multi-pronged forward line is working a treat here for Watsonia. They've kicked the last 4 goals of this contest, and at the 24.5-minute mark of this first term, the Saints lead by 20 points, and early alarm bells ringing for Epping.
I haven't even spotted Nathan Groves this afternoon. Normally playing out at full forward, but
Hasn't been required as yet, has it?
no, he hasn't.
Kidd and Bennett have done fine without him.
Yes, both Bennetts have 2 goals apiece. Hayden Mitchell has 1 and Andrew Kidd has 1 as well as we go back into the middle. 38 plays 18. Watsonia with a 20-point lead with quarter time looming. That tap goes down to Crompton, who clears that one out to the wing. Larkin takes it on the edge of the square, puts a little daisy cutter up inside forward 50. A good mark taken there. I think that's Latros at half forward. He's going to go back and take his time with this kick. Loads this one up towards the goal square. They all wait underneath it. Out the back, it's Kidd, who almost took the mark, but it actually went over for a behind. If it was a bit straighter, would have gone through for a goal. But one more behind there for Watsonia. 6-3-39, Epping 3 straight goals.
Remembering the winner here plays South Morang next Saturday in the preliminary final. Reservoir's already waiting in the grand final. Of course, they had a big 42-point win yesterday over the Lions as Shane Wood chips in short, and he's found his experienced teammate in Peter McMahon.
Epping haven't put a score on the board for 16 minutes now.
Carter and Robertson both long down the line. They do go in that direction, and Carter, he positioned himself nicely, got his hands up, and he's taller than just about everyone else out in the field. I think he is the tallest player on the ground. He was able to take that nicely. He's doesn't have a lot further afield, so he's going to go long down the line again in the direction of a couple of tall targets. Chilcott got his hands on the footy and then went after it again. He's going to need some help from teammates. Watsonia the first to converge on the footy.
Yeah.
High tackle there, just a little bit careless there by Aquilina. And it will be 50 as well.
He dumped him afterwards as well. So the 50 goes to Haber. They've kicked 6 goals here in 25 minutes, Watsonia. They kicked 7 the last time the sides met, and then 9 the time before that. So they've enjoyed a better term here than in previous encounters against the Epping Football Club. As Haber went wide to Allen, is a left foot kick. Centres one high. Wood stands under it for Epping. Big fly was Bennett at the back. That was Jeremy at ground level, though Robertson handballed.
Oh, was that deliberate?
To no one in particular. And the boundary line, well, it's Alloway on this occasion. Throw in. 15 metres out from the Watsonia goal, kicking to the northern end of Whittlesea Showgrounds and leading here 6-3-39, Epping 3 straight 18.
Andy Bennett letting Robertson know that it was he was probably a bit lucky there as the whistle's gone from that throw in.
Epping
It's
ball.
going to be a free kick, and it will be Carney's free kick in the back pocket here for the Blues. Carney always wearing the long sleeves. He goes across the face of goal to the opposite back pocket.
Good switch.
Good mark taken there by McMahon, the experienced fullback. He wobbles up, kick up towards centre wing. You're going to have to run onto it here through Dunmore, who gathers, lost it, can go again, but the boundaries beat him. Corey McCall gives him a little bit of a Bronx clap on the outer side, and that one's going to be a throw-in.
I think the Watsonia coaching staff will be wrapped with this start for the Saints.
Yep.
Obviously, the fact they've got a 21-point lead, but they looked in a bit of strife early on. Epping had the goods with 3 of the first 5 goals, and Watsonia has really settled into this contest.
Ball now with Jared Allen on the right wing. He tries to get one into a teammate at full forward. Couldn't quite. Now Epping coming out the other way. It's Shane Wood who receives the ball from a teammate, and he's on the near half-back flank in front of our commentary position. Handball over the top to Robertson, who's been busy here in this first quarter. Bad bounce for Aquilina. He's going to have to work hard to get back onto it. Eventually does, but under pressure when taking the kick. He tumbles one up towards half forward. Cognetto's going to have to go hard at ground level. Wrapped up in a big tackle there by Sutherland. And it will be a stoppage, as I said, at right half forward here for Epping.
About
28 gone.
55 metres out here, right half forward for Epping. They haven't scored in about almost 20 minutes of play. 3 straight kicks is their score, and that one's going to be holding the ball straight out of the stoppage.
Here's a chance.
And here go Epping with Staveley. He's got it at right half forward, delivers inside forward 50, looking for a target. Watsonia players get back again. They've done a great defensive job in this first term, but it spills out free here for Middleton. Middleton centering kick, looking for Hughes. Crompton's there, manning him up, and Watsonia recover in defence. They've been so clinical back there. This one, though, with Sutherland under a bit of pressure, swings a handball forward to Haber. Haber goes straight up the guts and looks for a player inside forward 50, but it was a hopeful kick. Kind of got back there and took the intercept mark for Epping, and they're away through Wood.
Wood. Oh,
no.
He's just coughed it up straight to Kidd, who sells a little bit of candy. He doesn't have anyone to kick it to, so he just swings it up to the hot spot. No one at home. Robertson takes the mark, and the siren sounds to end the first quarter in the first semi-final here in the Division 3 2015 final series. It is Watsonia 6-3-39, leading Epping 3 straight 18.
Goal kickers here for Watsonia, 2 each to Andrew and Jeremy Bennett. Singles to Andrew Kidd and Hayden Mitchell. And for Epping, Robert Tinsley made a promising start. He's kicked 2. And then, of course, Kevin Keenan with the other goal. But it is Watsonia with a handy advantage at the first break. The Saints 6-3-39, Epping 3 straight 18. We'll go to a break. On the other side of this, second quarter action here from the Whittlesea Showgrounds. It is the first semi-final. The winner to play South Morang in next week's prelim. You are listening to the NFL Match of the Day on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
Live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
Quarter time here, NFL Match of the Day, and it is Watsonia leading the Epping Football Club by 21 points, 6 goals, 3-39 to Epping, 3 goals straight 18. Epping did hold the early advantage, led by 5 points, but Watsonia has responded with 4 successive goals in 10 minutes, and they lead by 21 points. And Jordan Canellis, the Saints, there's no doubt about it, they were the better side throughout that quarter, and they've certainly made the most of their dominance, it has to be said. They went inside 50, they were pretty clinical. Andy Bennett and Jeremy Bennett really having strong quarters, kicking 4 between them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Epping may have led by 11 at one point there after Keenan's second goal. But yeah, as you said, Epping started off really well. They were getting the ball out of the middle, really effective with the clearances. The Epping midfielders, when they get the clearance out of the centre bounce, they're really direct. They just get it and go. There's no mucking around. They get it inside forward 50. But as the quarter wore on, every time Epping went inside their forward line, the Watsonia defenders got back in numbers. They defended well in the air. They were really good one-on-one, and Epping couldn't really take a contested mark. I don't think they took any contested marks inside forward 50 for that quarter. Every time they went inside, it was always a ground ball or a free kick. So the Watsonia defenders manned up really well, and then Epping sort of tapered off a little bit at the end of that quarter. Watsonia maintained their really efficient ball movement. They were moving it well up the wings, well up the corridor. We were just talking in the break, some of their better ball movers, Crompton, Haber, Weissenfeld, Perishon, they're all really proficient in the way they move the ball, and it's really good to watch from an Epping perspective.
Yeah, we talk about obviously the strong ball movers and getters in terms of Allen and also Andy Bennett, who had a bit of it. Mitchell got a fair bit of it too, but the job that Graham Hines has done on Chris Chilcott's been almost the most important role on the ground so far. He's kept Chilcott completely out of the game. The only Epping forward that really has given him grief in the air so far has been Tinsley. I know Keenan's kicked the goal as well, but Tinsley's been the one that's been the real aerial threat inside 50, but Chilcott just hasn't been able to get his hands off it. We know that that Daniel Moore's been really prominent in the times that these two sides have played in the past, Moore kicking 5 in each encounter, but so far today it's been a really strong showing in that back half by Graham Hines leading the way. And Watsonia at the moment, Jordan, I know we're only one quarter into the game, but they look like they're the better ball moving side, and if it continued, it's hard to see how they would or how Epping would find their way back into the game.
Yeah, I think every time they've gone inside 50, Watsonia, they've looked like they're going to score. I think you can probably say the same for Epping as well, except for those last few entries they had in that term. But at the start of the quarter, Epping were looking like they were getting shots. They were taking their opportunities. Kevin Keenan at ground level is really good. He just gets it and just has a shot at goal, doesn't waste it. And normally is pretty, he knows when it's a realistic shot on offer and will take it. But they did sort of die off a little bit there. But yeah, the way Watsonia have moved the ball through midfield, and then when they get it inside the forward line, they've got ball players all around the forward 50 who can take it and really, put a bit of damage onto the scoreboard. And both Bennett, Andy, and Jeremy are two components of that. So is Hayden Mitchell as well, who had a goal.
And who's the player that you think has to, or the players who have to come into the game for Epping to have an impact? Obviously, Chilcott up forward's one, but who are the others you think they need to lift from to be able to get back in this contest, trailing at the moment by 21 points?
I'd say Lee Judd. He's, probably the best midfielder in the team, and we didn't really see much of him at all in that first quarter. So, if you get Lee Judd onto the ball a bit more, obviously you're going to lift. He's one of the better players in this team. So, get his hands to the footy, move him on the outside. He can play a bit both in and outside, but probably more used as that sort of first receiver of the handball from the contest. So get him into the play a little bit more. Hughes was good here and there, but probably needs to be a little bit more direct and a little bit, keep his kicks a bit lower going inside forward 50. Sometimes he will just blaze away inside the forward 50. So I'd probably say Lee Judd and also Ben Power. I like Ben Power, but probably again just needs to get a bit more of a direct ball movement, direct inside forward 50, and just be a bit more efficient with their disposal.
So it is the quarter time break. Watsonia 6-3-39. Epping 3 goals straight 18. So Watsonia with a handy buffer. Tom Flanagan was out at the huddles at quarter time. Tom, what was the address from the coaches?
Corey McCall was absolutely wrapped with the way that his boys went about it in that first quarter. First 10 or 15 minutes, he wasn't too happy with how they were going about it, but eventually they warmed into it and stuck to their structures. He was pretty happy with that. He liked they were moving the ball quickly when they were forward of centre, trying to catch Shane Wood out of position and hit up the likes of Kidd or Bennett if they get out the back. He just wanted his team to keep the contest in their control. Just use the boundary to your advantage, go wide from defence if you have to. And he was pretty happy with the effort from his team.
As he should be. Watsonia here, 6-3-39. Epping 3 straight 18. Ready to go here, second term action, first semi-final, coming to you from the Whittlesea Showgrounds.
21 points is the lead that Watsonia hold here at quarter time. As we restart for the second term, Carter got the tap down, but it didn't go very far. That one's been brought down in the centre circle, so we'll have a secondary stoppage. 6-3 plays 3 straight. Epping haven't scored anything since the 10-minute mark of that first term, as Wood, who's moved into the middle now for Epping, sends that one long inside forward 50, but a good defensive mark taken there by Corey Bennett, first time we've seen him today. Sends that one out wide to Turco, who takes it at left half back, still inside defensive 50, handballs to sideways to Weissenfeld, who now rebounds, and Watsonia have it on the far side. Southern wing underneath the scoreboard. They get it on up the line, looking for a target further afield. Brown tried the jump, couldn't get over the top of Judd, and that one's going to be seen out of play just forward of dead centre wing on the far side of the ground.
39 plays 18. Rucks to go out of side. Carter wins it down, tried to get it to Judd. Only found a Watsonia man at the bottom of the pack who got taken high, and that was Jordan Brown, who's got it now out of sight of the ground. Looking further afield for a couple of tall targets. Doesn't see much moving, so he might just have to bang it long down the line as they do when there's not much moving. Heads in the direction of a short target there in Andy Bennett. He was about 3-on-1 in a little bit of strife now at ground level. Here is Allen. Dunmore going in hard also. Whistle has gone from the umpire. It's going to be yet another Watsonia free kick. And on the outer side, I think it might be Hayden Mitchell with the ball. He decides to go into the pocket, looking for Jeremy Bennett, and a lace-out ball. Beautiful stuff there from Watsonia.
They're just getting too many easy kicks inside 50. I know that one's a free kick, but some of the pressure's been waning a bit from Epping, and when they have targets to kick to, and there's so many of them there, eventually they'll get off the leash, won't they? And Jeremy Bennett now lines up for his third. He kicked one from the opposite pocket in the first quarter, now kicking to the clubroom end again. I think this side suits him.
Jeremy Bennett for his third of the day. He's proving to be a serious threat for Watts. He's proving to be a superstar in the first semi-final. 3 goals for Jeremy Bennett. Watsonia extend their lead to 27 points.
It's I think for mine, it's more about the pressure going into the forward line. I don't know if you can shift too many changes down back. There's so many forwards up there for Watsonia to have to contain, but I just think that the Epping coaching staff would feel that ball's getting in there far too easily, and that they just really have to tighten up defensively in the midfield. But at the moment, Watsonia, with a handy advantage, as Tom said, 27 points, 7-3-45 Watsonia. Epping is 3 straight 18. We have gone in this second term just 2.5 minutes.
Threatening to romp away here. Early stages here in the second quarter. 45 plays 18. Now ball at ground level. Going after it here is Henwood. He's trying really hard to reverse the trend here for the Pingers. The ball is locked up right in the dead centre of the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Umpire to throw it up once more. It is Crawford getting up high, and a bit of a neutral hit out. Neither ruckman could win it down convincingly at the bottom of the pack. Weissenfeld can't get his arms free. Might have been holding the ball there. Yes, the umpire says it's going to be an Epping ball. Dunmore wanted to take the advantage, but the umpire said no, bring it back. Everybody stopped. It's unfair if you continue and nobody else does. So the ball will be brought back to about 70 metres out with Josh Staveley. Been a superstar for the Pingers, Staveley, and he laces out another superstar in Chris Chilcott. They need him to get involved here. And he is a man who can dob the set shot from this sort of distance. He'll be kicking from 50.
Well, it's the first proper mark Epping have really taken inside forward 50, especially from this man here, Chris Shilcott, who they need to get in the game a bit more.
This one just needs to go through just to give a little bit of spark to the pingers, and it has not been an accurate kick. That one out wide to the right. It's going to be one behind. It'll be brought back in from fullback by Watsonia.
So the first blemish on the scoreboard this afternoon for Epping. They are 3-1-19. Watsonia are 7-3-45 as the kick's going to be brought back in from fullback. Haber's going to do the kicking out duties here for Watsonia. Kicks it to himself to start off with and then comes out the near side to a one-on-one underneath it. In fact, that was Perishon kicking to Haber here at left half-back. So Haber goes after it on the 50, but they go back inside again. Epping, a little handball, a shot at goal. That's gone out of bounds on the full. That was from in the pocket. I think that might have come from... Who was that? Was that Middleton in the pocket? No, it was Buchan, whose kick was wayward. So Perishon gets it back again on the last line for Watsonia. Goes across the face and finds a man in the back pocket. A little chip over the top. Weissenfeld leads, takes the mark ahead of Lee Judd, who hasn't had much of it this afternoon, uncharacteristically. Weissenfeld finds Latrosse at left half back, and they just patient out of defence before they really get it going. Brown takes it. He's been one of the better players this season for Watsonia. He goes long up the line to a big contest, a big convergence of players underneath it. Crawford flew high, didn't take the mark, and then roved his own work. The big ruckman got it off to a T-Mat running on the outside in Mitchell. A long kick to the goal square. Whistle's gone. It's going to be a downfield free kick, and it's going to go the way of Watsonia in their forward 50.
Well, this is almost becoming an unassailable lead, isn't it, really? It's already 26 points. This to surely make it 32 points, and Hayden Mitchell's going to be on the receiving end. He got a kind pass from Andy Bennett in the first term for the easiest of goals. Well, this will be of similar ease as he goes in from 10 metres out directly in front, and this to make it a massive margin for Watsonia. Mitchell comes in now, lining up from point-blank range, and he has no troubles whatsoever. Mitchell's kick 2, and Watsonia extend to 8 goals, 3-51. Epping 3-1-19. I said that the alarm bells may be ringing late in the first. Well, they're certainly ringing now. Epping really needs a response.
It's just too easy at the moment. I reckon about 15 or 16 of the top 20 players on the ground would all be in Watsonia jumpers at the moment. Not seeing anything at the moment from Lee Judd or Tommy Hughes. They need to get themselves involved in the contest. Josh Staveley, normally a prolific ball winner, hasn't had a hell of a lot of footy. The only ones that have really stepped up so far is Shane Wood. He's just had to because the ball's just been in his area the whole time. Mitch Henwood's giving it a crack at the moment, but they need a few more. Tommy Hughes getting after the footy now after the ball was one down in the ruck. A lot of players owe the footy straight away. That's a credit to Watsonia. Every time one of the important Epping runners has got into the path of the footy, they've closed down on them with plenty of numbers. But a free kick has been paid, and Judd hands it off to Staveley. Staveley out wide to a runner in Middleton who doesn't break stride. He kicks long up towards the forward pocket. It's not going to advantage any of his teammates. Just going to trickle out of bounds in the forward pocket. Just kicking for touch there possibly.
So a throw in the forward pocket here for Epping. They really need a chance at goal. About 30 metres around from their goal. Ball thrown up. Crawford taps that one down front and centre. They all run past it. Sutherland gets it off ground level and then rebounds out of defence. A long one up towards the wing. Mitchell takes a mark right in front of his coach. I'm sure he's clapping him on. Very proud of him. Mitchell just waits a little bit and goes up the line to a man who leads up the boundary line. That's Kidd who takes it. Cuts inside with the kick and finds Allen. Again, another patient approach before the long kick comes their way, and there it goes from Allen. A long one inside forward 50. Wood flew there for Epping. At ground level again, they gather. A handball to the outside. Here goes Haber on the right boot. Swings that one towards goal. It bounces at right angles, but it goes through for just the behind. And Epping escape another goal.
So it's Watsonia, 8-4-52. Epping, 3-1-19. Lee Judd here to kick the ball back into play. The Saints with 6 goals in a row after Epping held an early lead. And Judd now going to go long straight down the middle.
He does go in that direction over the head of Carter, who was the first one who could have had hands to it. Buchan slung in the tackle now. It is Jared Allen sliding one into the path of Andy Bennett. He's got time to gather, size it up on the left foot and nail another Watsonia goal. This is turning into a rout.
Watsonia 9 goals 4-58. Epping 3 goals 1-19, and the Bennetts, Andy and Jeremy, both have 3 apiece. Epping themselves have just the 3, 7 in a row, guys. The margin has ballooned. It's 39 points the difference now, and this is becoming a rout.
Well, this is the game-winning stage here. I mean, I know we're only halfway through the second term, but you know you can stack on a few goals like this. They've kicked 3 goals in the term. They've kicked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row since Epping's last goal.
Just dominating.
This is where you win the game, really. They lead by 39 points from the middle. Carter got it out the back. Didn't really know where he was tapping it to, though. Keenan came through. Handballs off to Janov, who couldn't really do much with it. Tenacious is Allen. He gets it up towards half forward. They're just tapping it, bumping it, soccering it up towards half back here. Epping, Judd's there. And taken over the boundary line, or is there a free kick? No, I think the boundaries beat them all to that situation. So a throw in it will be. 60 metres out, left half forward here for Watsonia. Ball thrown up. Weissenfeld was third man up. A little tap down from Dunmore finds Judd, who goes up forward there for Epping inside forward 50. Chilcott couldn't take it. And again, it's all Watsonia numbers back. They clean up across half back. And a smart little kick there from Haber. Now Haber exits defence and finds Williams. They got a whole wing to run into. Williams can go for a gallop here. He strides out and goes on the right boot. Up towards half forward. Underneath it, Kidd. They all clatter into the contest. Keenan's there putting his head over the footy. Bennett too. Groves, first time we've seen him today. Gets it off to the outside in Kidd again, who sends that one long inside forward 50. Wood underneath it. A big fly at the back there. I think that was from Jeremy Bennett. Couldn't bring it down.
Who else?
Couldn't have been anyone else.
Bounces off the chest out of play for a throw in.
No one else
Bennett.
gets that high.
His eyes lit up, didn't they? And I reckon he had a fair purchase on it. It almost slipped through the arms there, unfortunately for Bennett. But nevertheless, his side leading here by 39 points, 58 plays 19. We have gone in this second term just 10 minutes.
So we're in the Watsonia forward pocket, in the Epping back pocket. Lee Judd clearing kick out of defence. Eventually comes to Joel Carter. He handed it off to a teammate. He got dumped straight away. Janev goes in hard. Gets a little handball out only as far as the Watsonia player, who was met with massive contact from Mitch Henwood. Not sure about the free kick there. I thought it was a fair hit, but anyway.
I think it was the second one over the top. He just bumped into the Epping player and he went into the back almost afterwards.
Yeah,
So
might have missed that one.
the free kick here to Pask.
Pask with the footy. Shorts one to an open man who's just got no one within 20 metres of him. This Weissenfeld is a beautiful kick of the ball.
Just working harder, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah, running hard and finding the options. They're just being smart with the footy. That one almost into the hands of the marking target, but running onto it nicely there is Harris. He chips one towards the goals and it just rolls to the other side, opposite pocket. It's going to be out of bounds for a boundary throw in left forward pocket.
Sometimes a better result for the attacking side here. A chance to reset here from the throw-in.
7 inside 50s to 3 here in this term for Watsonia. They're dominating out of the middle. Ball thrown in the forward pocket. Wood first to it there for Epping. Staveley dives after it as well, almost eating grass on the way through. A free kick goes the way of Wood. In defence here for Epping. He goes out the near side. Poor kick. Groves takes it. He can play on. He can line it up from 30. He gets
Candy.
that one. Smooth as you like. Nathan Groves, take a bow.
The Candy Man.
Watsonia moved to 10-4-64, Epping 3-1-19, and that was as cool and as calm and collected as Nathan Groves can ever be.
We're 11 minutes into the second quarter, and I think Watsonia already has a chance to... well, they won't put a knife towards next week, but perhaps South Morang's already planning to play Watsonia because this margin now has blown out to 45 points. Groves has one. All the forwards really have got on the board. The Bennett boys have 3 each. Hayden Mitchell's there, so too Kidd, and they've just got too many answers inside that attacking 50. They're killing them through the midfield, and with so many opportunities presenting, the forwards are having a field day. 10-4-64 Watsonia, Epping, 3 goals, 1-19.
Yeah, you would think Epping would need just about a record-breaking comeback to reel this one in, and the umpire's whistle has gone at centre-half forward here for Epping. Not exactly sure what's going on. They're trying to communicate with each other, two umpires, and eventually they've settled on a free kick for Watsonia in the middle of the ground. Ball out to Crompton on the Perishon on the outer wing. He decides to go up towards half forward. Kidd slipped over, but eventually was able to get back on it. Tried to tap it out to Bennett. Wasn't exactly how we wanted it to go. Now going hard is Robertson at the bottom of the pack. There will be a throw up at left half forward. 64 plays, 19. Big lead to Watsonia, 12 minutes gone in the second quarter.
45 points already, halfway through the second term. Ball thrown up. Over the top there, I think that was Pask who got the tap down. Coming through Carney, takes it. Coming through there now is Stabler, who just lays a big bump on the way through the big fend off, but I think it might have been a bit high. No, it wasn't. Advantage paid here. Dunmore gets it up inside forward 50 for Epping. They need a mark. They need a score, but they might not get it. Chilcott is a bit bumbly, a bit fumbly around his feet. He gets the handball from Bennett. Handball to the outside. Kivarella. Free kick. It's going against Epping. It might have been, for a throw from Bennett to Chilcott. Regardless, it's going to be Epping across the defensive line. They've coughed it up. Buckins there in a one-on-one on the outer side. That one's going to be taken to ground. Just a little bit nervous there with that kick from the Epping defender.
Uncharacteristic error there from Crompton, but even though it was about to be a turnover, the pressure to lock down and tackle and make sure that Epping didn't get an easy opportunity on goal was fantastic, but a free kick has been plucked out now.
So it will be Buchan at right half forward. The young man is going to line up, kick that one from 45 metres out. It will just go to the line, but it fades across the face for one behind. Epping moved to 3-2-20. They still trail here by 44 points. Watsonia at 10-4-64.
And that's a great comment there, Tom. You're right. I mean, the mistake was made, but the effort to rectify it and to make it difficult for Epping, to not let them allow them an easy inside 50, just held up the play and then Buchan forced to shoot from a tight angle.
So Watsonia coming out of defence and finding Matty Crawford, who's had a sensational year. He's got it at left half back. And he decides to launch a big long ball, 50 metres. That one went in the air. Dunmore and Wood flying here for Epping, but off the back, Sharky it nicely. Watsonia player there in Weissenfeld, and a little bit of a handball chain finds Larkin, who goes long up towards Kidd, who's got out the back, and he'll run and bounce his way towards goal. He's got Bennett over the top into the goal square. This is a raffle. And it's another one for Jeremy Bennett. He's got 4 for the afternoon, and this is just about all over. We're not even at half time.
Well, it was 21 points of difference at half time, and Watsonia has kicked the first 5 goals of the second. They have kicked in this game now 9 goals in succession. Jeremy Bennett has 4. He timed that perfectly, ran out of the goal square, forced his opponent to follow him, and then got at the back for the Joe the Goose. Hayden Mitchell obliged, and in fact it was Kidd who gave the handball off, and they're sharing it around here. And they are now 11-4-7. Sorry, I'll start that again. 11-4-70 Watsonia. Epping 3-2-20. The margin has
50.
ballooned to 50 points.
Would you believe it?
It's men against boys out there. The way they're combining in midfield is just, it's tasty to watch. Just Stavely out of the midfield, goes inside forward 50. Keenan had hands to it, but couldn't reel in the mark. And then again, it's Watsonia defenders all over that one. They exit defence. They find Haber on the outer side. In fact, I think that's Parrish on the outer side. Haber's making a short lead. There's too many similar looking players in this Watsonia team. They go up the line. Headwood takes an intercept mark, so Epping get possession back. Just defensive side of the wing, edge of the square. Headwood chips out wide and finds Carney on the southern wing. Need to be patient with this approach. Carney is. He goes short. Finds Buchan, who just takes the mark ahead of his opponent there. So Buchan goes back. They're just working this one slowly here, Epping. Not too much movement ahead, so Buchan has to go long. He has to take a bit of a risk with the kick, but Carney does very well and takes the mark ahead of his opponent. Epping now up towards right half forward. Still too far out though, 70 metres from goal. Carney just pumps this one to the hot spot. Underneath it, they all fly. Tinsley's there. Crawford gets the clearance out for Watsonia up towards half back. The ball in dispute. Cognetto gets it on the right boot. Goes back inside for Epping. Keenan takes the mark. So they were patient with that approach there. Keenan wants to go on quickly. Probably best not to. Just take your chances and go for goal, son. You need one.
Well, they certainly need it, and it's a tough angle, but we've seen from Watsonia, they're so hot at one end that they've been able to convert from just about anywhere. We've seen Jeremy Bennett in particular line up a few set shots. We saw Kidd as well in the first go from long range, and Keenan's been a goal kicker in the last month. Needs this one here for his second. He's given it a good fistful, but unfortunately it is just skinny, so it's a minor score. And Epping moves to 3 goals, 3-21. Watsonia, 11 goals, 4-70.
49 points the margin. Watsonia lead, very healthy. A little chip over the top, finds Hines at right half back. Still inside their defensive 50. Just being patient here. They go back to full back where Perishon takes it and goes for a dash, leaving Dust up behind him. He's had 2 bounces. Right up the middle, goes for a kick. Umpire has said.
Yeah, downfield, he was pushed in the back afterwards by Keenan.
So Brown has it here in the middle for Watsonia. Chip up. Finds Weissenfeld, who takes it, gets around the man on the mark, goes one way, then the other, then back the first way. On the left boot, goes up towards the forward pocket. Underneath it, Dunmore got there first for Epping, but couldn't take the mark. They've been sloppy in the marking contest. Coming through, Robertson has it, lost it. Groves has it. Handball's in ball to Brown, tried to pick it up off his laces. Hughes came through to impede him, and Epping are away off half-back. Oh, Dunmore is mown down, and that is holding the ball. And as quickly as they rebounded, they've turned it over. They go back inside again through Kidd, up towards full forward, but that one comes to nothing. McMahon takes the mark.
And he switches wide to Wood. That tackle was just indicative of Watsonia's pressure throughout the day, right in front of their spectators. A great chase on that far side of the ground. The long kick out now, Henwood versus Crompton. This will be a push in the back, and Crompton wins a free kick. It was a push in the back and a hold afterwards. So Matty Crompton, the Watsonia skipper, plays on, gets onto that left boot, and he's Fouled afterwards there by Mark Bennett. So it's going to be a downfield free kick. And the ball now to advance to 25 metres out directly in front. And it's going to be Hayden Mitchell to line up for his third. Discipline just waiting now for Epping.
So this is for 10 in a row. It would be if he puts it through here.
Well, the way they're kicking, you can't see how he'll miss this one.
Yep, they are absolutely dominating here in the first semi-final. Watsonia fans on the outer side of the ground would be absolutely loving this, and if they can continue for the rest of the day, they'll go in against South Morang next week high on confidence. Hayden Mitchell goes bang, and he makes no mistake. None of them are making mistakes at the moment, Watsonia. They're flying.
So the margin extends to 55 points. It is Watsonia 12-4, 76, Epping 3-3, 21. Amazing, guys. We went into this final series. We were talking about how even the top four was, and we saw Reservoir really put South Morang to the sword yesterday. Of course, South Morang undermanned after the first quarter, but to win by 42 now here, it's 55 points of difference. We're not yet at time on into the second quarter.
Ball thrown up, 55 the points. 55 points is the margin. Ball comes out of the midfield with a little dribbling handball. Larkin gathers off to Weissenfeld, who just wobbles that one up towards the defensive side of the circles. Judd could have taken the mark. I think it had travelled at 15. Decides to punch it forward. Stavely gathers, centre half forward. Handball's out wide off his knees. Weissenfeld came in and batted it down. Coming through there is Haber. Just gets his handball away before umpire called holding the ball. Bennett takes it on the outer wing. Left foot kick to the pocket. Kidd is there. Off hands. Whistle's gone. Going Watsonia's way. Another free kick for the Saints inside their forward 50. Kidd has it, wheels one up towards full forward. They're all going to fly. Out the back, a big punch finds its way to Power. Power inboard to Wood. Wood up the guts. Just got his handball away before he was mown down as well. Kivarella. There's pressure coming in from all directions. Epping are crumbling. Here comes Crawford. Again at ground level. They might get another chance. Janev off to Kivarella. And Epping clear the danger. Up towards centre wing. Sutherland over the top. Gets it off to Larkin. Inside 50 again they go. A wobbly old kick. A mark taken. That was, I think, a push in that anyway. But it will result in a Watsonia shot at goal. And they are all over Epping.
They've kicked 16 goals combined in their past two outings against Epping. They're going to have 13 here. And we're not at half-time as Harris takes the mark 20 metres out directly in front. And Epping, well, they came into the final series on the back of 3 straight losses. And it's hard to see how they could work their way back into this one here as Harris comes in from no real angle to speak of, and his shot is straight through the middle. 11 in a row for Watsonia as they move to 13 goals, 482. Epping, 3 goals, 321. The Saints have kicked in this second term 7 goals, and they've done it in pretty quick time in recent minutes. 3 goals in the last 7 minutes. This game, guys, it's hard to see how you can breathe life back into it if you're from an Epping perspective.
Well, Epping are just self-destructing, but breathtaking footy from the Saints at the moment. This has just been a brilliant quarter of footy to watch if you're a Saints fan. Not so much if you're a Pingers man, but bad luck Epping. Great work here by Watsonia at the moment. But here they go. They've got a chance here. Janev gave it to Judd. Judd kicks it up towards full forward. Oh, another great spoil from the back. But there is a little bit of a Joe the Goose happening there over the top. And Cognetto finally breaks the deadlock. And he's able to break the duck, rather. And he's able to put through Epping's first goal in a very, very long time.
Yeah, it is. They've only scored 1 point in the last quarter and a half of football. But Cognetto ends an 11-goal streak there for Watsonia. So the margin, well, it's pulled back into 55 points. Epping 4-3-27. Watsonia 13-4-82, and that just ends a blistering streak there for the Saints.
It was Sutherland with the great spoil at full back, but unfortunately for him, there are a couple of Epping players at ground level who were able to raffle it there on the goal line, and Cognetto is able to put it through for a goal. Now back in the middle, Tommy Hughes going hard at the bottom of the pack. It will be wrapped up once again. 82 plays 27, 22 and a half minutes gone here, second quarter. This one's looking just about all over unless Epping can do something absolutely miraculous in the second half. Ball belted down into the path of Power. He gave it back to Stavely. Stavely's kick around the corner up towards half forward is met by Haber. He gives it out to Perishon, who's using the wide expanses here at the Whittlesea Showground. Shane Wood a little bit aggressive there, a bit of contact. Hayden Mitchell will take a free kick just defensive side of centre wing. Near side. Commentary box side of the ground.
Cognetto's goal before ended an 11 straight goal streak to Watsonia.
11 in a row. Magnificent quarter here from the Saints. Chip over the top. probably the worst kick of the quarter just there is out on the full little 15-metre chip pass from Perishon, and now Wood will take it and give it to Stavely.
Stavely at left half forward, punts that one inside forward 50, looking for a target. It was a bit too heavy for Tinsley, and out the back, Sutherland gathers and rebounds for Watsonia to the outer wing. Andy Bennett's all by himself. How can you leave him by himself? He takes a bounce, it doesn't come back up, so he sockers it towards the forward 50. Carney was there guarding it, took it at ground level. He's taken to ground, and the umpire comes in and calls for a ball up just outside Watsonia's forward line, about 52 metres out from their goal.
24 minutes gone here in the second quarter. 82 plays 27. Watsonia romping it at the moment. Absolutely dominating against the Epping Footy Club. Up in the air goes Joel Carter. Won it down to the ground beneath him. Civarella going in hard. Also Mitchell there at the bottom of the pack. It was going in hard. Jordan Brown also. A lot of tackles being laid there on that occasion. The umpire's plucked out a free kick here. It's going to go Aquilina's way. And he'll take it at half back here for Epping. With the footy right half back, about 40 metres out from defensive goal. He chips over the top. He's got Chilcott, who's had to come a long way up the ground to take that mark, and got a little bit of reckless contact there from the Watsonia man. I think that might have been Bennett of the Andy variety, who might have just come in late and given him a little bit of a clip. So 50-metre penalty to Chilcott, who's barely been sighted. He had the one shot earlier on in the day, but Graham Hines has been wearing him like a glove.
They'll have a big switch on him if they can get it to Robertson, probably too far away from him.
Yeah. Chilcott goes short up towards centre half forward. A good little mark taken there by Judd.
Need him to get involved if there's any chance.
Doesn't look like he's going to take the shot at goal, or is he? No, he's extended his run up, so he's going to have a big ping here.
He's got the Brett Lee, the show back tar going on here.
Judd.
And there's a big run up.
Started his run up. Looks like he's going to feint off to the right, but he's going to go for goal. A right foot kick, a long one to the line. Looks like it's got the accuracy, doesn't have the distance though. It's paddled through for one rush behind.
Big Matty Crawford, last line of defence. Nice work.
Epping 3-4-22, Watsonia 13-4-82. Margin is not
54.
Not what I have on my little phone here. 54 points the margin.
So Saints coming out of defence now. Little chip over the top. Oh, didn't find Haber eventually on the half volley. Crawford for a big man picking that up. He's a big tall man to bend down, all 6'5" of him. He was able to pick that one up as clean as you like. Looked like a rover there. Sutherland working hard at ground level. He might get a free kick here. No, holding the ball. The umpire said it's going to be a Cognetto ball out of side. So he's going to re-enter Epping inside forward 50. No, he goes short. Chilcott, nice aggression to bowl his direct opponent out of the way, but he has thrown the footy, so it's going to be once again a Watsonia ball on the outer side. Big tackle laid as soon as the Watsonia man played on, right in front of the Watsonia interchange gates.
82 plays 28. It's 9 straight goals the difference. Ball thrown up on the far side. Hughes gets the crumbs, gets the kick up towards right half forward inside the forward 50. Crawford had front position, couldn't take it, but was pushed in the back. No, he's given away a free kick the other way. No, it's... Which way is it going? No, it is going Epping's way inside the forward 50. So another chance at goal here for the Blues. It's going to be in the arms of Kiernan on the outer side.
The only multiple... Oh, sorry, no, he hasn't put through two. It's Tinsley, rather, the multiple goal scorer. He's had a couple of shots, Kiernan. 1 goal, 1 so far today.
He'll kick this one just right of centre. It'll be about 40 metres out by the time he kicks. Right foot on the way. Looks very straight. He's been the proven goal scorer this season for Epping, Kevin Kiernan. He has his second of the afternoon. Epping moved to 5-4-34. Watsonia a 13-4-82. The margin is now down to 48 points.
So 2 in a row here for the Blues after Watsonia put on 11 either side of quarter time. And now as we approach the 27.5 minute mark of this second quarter, well, there's still a heartbeat to some extent. They're playing a bit better in the last 5 to 10 minutes. And they've been able to get some reward on the scoreboard with Cognetto and Kiernan kicking goals in the past 5 minutes. The margin, as Jordan said, back into 48 points.
Yeah, Watsonia, after blistering quarter of footy, have just let up here in the last 5 minutes.
They had one too many there. Hughes couldn't get out of the square in time as Crawford. Swept the handball across to Sutherland. Didn't quite find him. He'll be held, though, without the footy. And Sutherland to take a free kick. Handballing quickly to Andy Bennett.
Andy Bennett launches a high one to the tall targets. Groves is going to make the footy. The three defenders contending with him. Big spoil from McMahon. Parashon's now trying to lace out Crawford, who got his hands on the footy, brought it to ground. Weissenfeld tries to evade one, evade two, and then snaps up towards full forward. Jeremy Bennett almost clunked it, now at ground level. Going in really hard there is Kearney, wrapped up in a big tackle at the bottom of the pack. Hayden Mitchell. There will be a stoppage deep inside the Watsonia forward half. 82 plays, 34, 28 and a half minutes gone here. Umpire throws it up once again, and it is on this occasion the man there in Little who wins it down to ground level, and once again another big tackle laid there, that time by Robertson. Going in hard is Hayden Mitchell. He has just been in the thick of everything so far today.
So it's 15 inside 50s to 9 in this term, in favour of Watsonia obviously. Ball thrown up, 20 out from their goal. Up flies Little for the ruck contest, and Epping clear out the defensive 50 area. Up towards centre wing, Haber gets it off the crumbs. Handballs inside there to, I think that was Kidd. Just a bit heavy for Allen. He couldn't gather. But there goes the half-time siren, and what a mighty half that was for Watsonia. What a mighty quarter. 13-4-82, the Watsonia Saints to Epping, 5-4-34. The margin is 48 points at half-time. And if Watsonia are going to go on today and win this match, which is looking most likely, it was from that second term there. That was the match-winning term.
Well, they kicked 6 goals to 3 in the first quarter to take a 21-point advantage into quarter time. In that second term, 7 goals to 2. They did kick, of course, the first 7 goals as well before Epping responded through Kevin Keenan and Jordan Cognetto. But at half-time, it is Watsonia 13 goals 4-82 to Epping 5-4-34. The goal kickers for Watsonia, Jeremy Bennett has a match-high 4 goals. 3 to Jeremy Bennett, 2 to Hayden Mitchell, and then singles to Nathan Groves and Andrew Kidd, plus Sam Harris. So there your goal kickers for Watsonia, and for Epping, there is 2 each to Kevin Keenan and Robert Tinsley, and a single to Jordan Cognetto. Boys, half-time, 48 points. What does Epping do to get back into this contest?
Oh, they need to do plenty. As I was saying during the middle of the quarter, they need to get the ball in the hands of the Judd types. Tommy Hughes need to get involved a little bit more. Josh Staveley, Shannon Civarella really need to step up to the plate in the second half. They've got a lot of youngsters in this side, so those leaders that have been in their best players for the majority of the year really need to step up and lead the way. I think Henwood's given it a crack. Shane Wood and Mickey Robertson are going really hard at the back. Joel Carter's competed really well in the ruck, but after that there really hasn't been a lot of consistent contributors throughout the day. For Watsonia, during that run of 10 goals in a row, they were just magnificent. Andy Bennett, Hayden Mitchell, Matty Crawford, Benny Wiesenfeld, Jeremy Bennett, Graham Hines playing on Chilcott, Jamie Haber, all these fellas were just fantastic during that run there of 10 goals in a row. And I think the South Morang boys might be having a look at the tape during the week just to analyse how they're going to stop those fellas.
It was really impressive just from the Watsonia midfield, obviously they were dominating, but how far ahead they were dominating from the Epping midfield. Just the way they were combining, the way they were getting the ball out of the middle, the way they were running in numbers and supporting each other, and then getting the ball inside 50. So efficient the way they moved inside the forward 50. And then when they did, the Epping defence was half asleep, or completely asleep really. The Watsonia numbers inside forward 50, they were outsmarting them, they were marking freely. There wasn't many contested situations where Epping defenders were going up, trying to punch, trying to spoil, trying to man up, body-on-body contact inside that Watsonia forward 50, and really just allowing Watsonia to do their own thing.
Well, Wood was the only one in the first quarter really giving it a crack, and he was setting up behind the ball. In that second quarter, when Watsonia had the run of goals, Wood moved up in the midfield just to try and help out winning the clearances, because there was nothing happening in the middle of the ground. And then as soon as the ball went long into the defence, there was no one there to give a chop out to the young Epping defenders, and Watsonia just ran riot.
We saw at the end there Epping kicking 2 goals to finish off the term, and we saw a bit more of Lee Judd, who was really, really quiet for the first quarter and a bit. But we saw then, as Epping began to stem the flow a little bit of Watsonia, maybe Watsonia took the foot off the pedal, who knows, but we saw Judd get his hands to the footy a bit more, and they looked good moving through Judd as they moved inside forward 50. He was getting some inside 50 entries, he had a shot at goal, and just, his influence on the game, when he gets his hands to the footy, and when he uses it a bit more, they look a bit better in the through midfield. But it's going to really take a big team effort from the entirety of Epping's midfield to get themselves back in this game.
So as we go to half-time, just a reminder that the Plenty Valley FM Radiothon starts today. So if you can donate to one of the great community radio stations, of course, keeping us
The greatest.
the NFL Match of the Day on air long into the future. Do donate today. You can call the station on 9404 2111 or email radiothon@pvfm.org.au. As we go to a break, it is half-time here in the Division 3 first semi-final for 2015. And at the Whittlesea Showgrounds, it is all Watsonia. 13 goals for 82. Leading Epping by 48 points, 5-4-34. You are listening to the NFL Match of the Day on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.